Hello and welcome everyone, it's David, aka Faramir4731, and I'm bringing you a 2v2 match. I'm playing as Prussia, yeah I know, again, and my ally is none other than Luke15, and he is playing as the Plains Nations. What? That's odd. It's really Sweden. Tricky, Luke. Very tricky. Anyways, we're going to be playing in this map on the Bavaria map, and I'm going to just fast forward up the action till for our setup, and I'm going to do this video without edits and maybe less edits, I should say. Maybe no edits, I don't know. Heck, we'll just see how the video comes out. But see what you think. See if you like it better this way, or if you prefer it edited down and just get into the juicy stuff where I can show you a little bit more of the detail of the battle and not take up your whole day. But just kind of let me know what you like better. You know, maybe people prefer this way. I don't know, but we'll find out. Anyways, in this match, we're going up against Captain Goat and I'm sorry. Wait, I think I'm getting it confused. Is it Major Chicken and Captain Goat? I can't remember. I'm getting confused now. It's too many animals, and I already have to deal with Luke, so that's just one animal too many for me. Anyways, in this match, we are going to be going up against two very skilled players, and I'm a little cautious. This is all the way back from May when we did this match, and I'm going to be a little cautious because I know that these guys are extremely good, and usually I'm the aggressor, so it's kind of odd in that way because Luke will be the more aggressive person on this one, and we'll kind of see what happens in this match. Now, he accidentally brought a grenadier unit, which he reminded me of because I forgot he did that. But instead of 5 lights, he actually has one of the lights as a grenadier. He accidentally made that mistake somehow. I guess all the flag switching and shenanigans made him goof that one up. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Actually, they're looking pretty sharp, and Plains Nation's brown. But they're we're both going up against them, and they're going to be playing as the Maratha Confederacy, and they have a very elephant-heavy, if, well, pardon the pun, I know. No offense to the elephants, but they definitely have quite a few elephants. This is probably a build that they had a lot of success against people. You can see how many elefantes we're up against. There's definitely quite a few. Not just that, we have the spitting camel brigades. And don't get too close to them, they will blind you. Anyways, the tactic I'm going to be using in this game, or I should say both of us are using this game, is I am going to be pulling over to Luke's side while Luke shifts up and around them. So as he comes down at me, I'll keep folding back and Luke will keep pushing up. And pretty much that way, at some point in this battle, we'll be straight across the battlefield. I also have a hidden trap. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, in this you can see I'm starting to fold back. I'm going to fast forward this a little bit because the action takes quite a while to get to. The reason I don't go head on against him because he can fold back, and as I'm getting successful against him, and he can hide up on that hill, and it's really a suicide march to go straight on against the hill in Bavaria. I mean, you can win it, that is definitely possible, but you know, against skilled players like this, is definitely not something you want to do. You never want to go on the ground that they want you to fight on. Always go on the ground you want to fight on. So over here you will see Luke setting up, and Luke is going to be setting up in standard formation. He can do that because he knows that the Maratha does not have the range on him, so he will be getting the first shots on him here shortly. And you can see my opponent shifting over, and I pulled my trap out because he has a tremendous amount of cav, and I didn't want to be to lose two good cav, expensive cav like that. So you can see I'm going to be continuing to fold back, and Luke is pushing up and around. You can see his goons are pushing up and around him, and this is a tactic we like to use because, again, no sense in throwing yourself into a fight you don't believe you can win. So I'll kind of show you the troop movements as much as I can. I'm going to speed this up just a tad until some of the action starts going, and I'll kind of speed up and slow down as necessary. Now Luke's going to be pushing up to get some of the first shots in this game, and here he goes. Let's take a look. So you can see in this map there is some flat ground in here for your lights to be able to take shots, and you can see he's actually hitting some of his camels in the back behind that line too. But there's definitely parts of this map where you can see my lights are going to be shooting the hills if I get engaged. So there's definitely that aspect of this map you have to be careful for. And again, I'll show you later in the game what I'm talking about as far as why you don't want to head-on assault that hill, because it can be very tricky. Okay, now Luke is going to be assaulting the woods, and he's going to be pushing his goons around still even further. He's got free roam. Okay, and he gets really good shots in those camels there. And I don't believe we have any losses yet at this point. He's pulling his goons up as support, and he's got two lines going up as support. Now I'm going to be shifting back again, and you can see now versus where my starting position is, my opponent is now in my starting position, and I'm in Luke's starting position on the sideways, and Luke is in his opponent's starting position, and really not too much shots have been fired, and that's just because, like, again, we're going against skilled players, and if your player is pushing up and you are getting advanced by, he knows he's outgunned over here, so he's folding back, which is the right thing to do. You don't want to take on a fight that's unnecessary, and that's very wise by our opponent here. Now Luke's goons are all the way in the back. As you can see, I'm going to speed it up a little bit, and you can kind of see this is at the back of where our opponent's starting positions were, and I'm going to be shifting my goons over to support. You can see in the background, and they are going to react to his cav being behind them very aggressively, and you'll see that here in just a minute. And that's why I kind of pulled back, because I do believe he's trapped in behind his position. You can see the reaction. I mean, they pretty much send all of their cav to chase him. I believe he's got some, I can't remember if he's got elephants back there still or not, but anyway, he's bringing all of his camel gunners, and he's leaving his his elephants are over here. But that's going to allow us to continue to push forward now. And I'm going to be bringing my heavy cav to the center to support Luke in the center, and I'm going to be bringing my light dragoons over to the flank to support if he pushes into the trees. Now, a lot of things happen to change what my movements are, but that's kind of what the plan is at this point. And this was done quite a while ago. So you can see how important Cav is to a battle. It's not so much how many kills your Cav gets, but the distractions it gives is absolutely vital to the game. And if your opponent's pushing at you, sometimes a shift of Cav or doing something that can show aggression towards your opponent can sometimes shift them off of what their plan was. For example, if they push artillery up, and you can see me moving up as my opponent pushes back. Now, I'll be almost back to my starting position here in a minute because I'm shifting up and Luke has shifted over, so we got kind of almost a backwards C on them with those goons here. So we almost have them encircled, but not really counting these goons because they are being heavily pursued, if you will. Pardon the... I love how he uses the hill. This is kind of like... I know they're called goons, but my gosh, this is kind of like bloopers here. They picked the wrong angle. He went around this hill here and got his goons completely around him. And he's actually... I don't know how he does it. To be quite honest, I really don't. But you can see I have no Cav support on my side. I've got it all shifted to Luke's. And that also forces them to shift over. Now you can see I've pushed my light dragoons over, and I get some nice shots on his camel gunners, although he did get 12 of mine, and I think I had a much nicer trade-off. I got 35 of his. Wow. Maybe he lost some before, but anyway, got him down to 10. So that was even, or not an even trade-off, but a nice trade-off on my end. Now you can see over here my lights are starting to engage, and I'm going to take a toll on him on this flank, and Luke's going to be able to come up after he's being chased, and he's going to be able to hit him in the back, and I'm going to push up to keep him off balance so he can't flip around on him with everything. So I'm going to push to pin, and it's pretty much a pincer movement in some ways, because I want him static over here, and you can see I'm taking shots on this guy here, and I'm going in for another goon assault. So let's slow that down and see how that fares. Got him off guard because he's doing movements elsewhere. So I'm shooting myself too. This is one reason I hate goons. You do end up shooting yourself a bit. So I shot 5 of my own guys, and yeah, way to go there, Dave. Way to go. Okay, so I'm going to be pulling back. So that's also going to cause some distractions in there. Luke is going to now pull his guys around and come up and support my infantry. So very well done. And he's breaking some of the Hindu musketeers in the center. He has the tree line. Very nicely done on his part. Now I'm going to pull my goons back over, shift my heavy cav, and just again try to keep things off balance, because now that's going to shift more cav this way. And you can see I'm still getting some hits on them while his lights get hits as well. So yeah, so he's rolling his cav round while I roll my cav up. I don't know, maybe we're just a mess here, but he's going to start pushing his goons up. He's going to go after these sick musketeers, or yeah, somebody. He's going after somebody. Anyway, truly I should be probably more aggressive, but like I said, I've been burned way too many times fighting against people on a straight ahead attack. You can see I'm shooting the hill very nicely, not killing a soul, just wasting bullets. Looks like Luke might do the same here. You can see how he's blocked. He's waiting for him to crest the hill and come over at him. It's probably, yep, that's exactly what he's doing. He's going to pull out. So we'll kind of watch that mischief unfold. No. He chickened out. The chicken made him chicken out. Oh, God. Okay. So he's going to lose some goons there finally. And he's pulling some more of his goons over to support. And yeah. After that last goon shot, so I pull my guys back over. And I'm going to shift my lights over to protect in case he starts coming, but he didn't, so he probably saw us shifting over. Or nothing. But we're going to start shifting up. Luke is already starting to push. Really what I was wanting is them to come down after us, and Luke was wanting to go after them. Luke's always a bit on the cocky side, so no surprise there. Okay, so I'm going to be shifting my lights over. And I don't know if I said this, but the rules were 5 lights, no artillery in this match. And you can see me pushing up. Now, before any more action starts, I'm going to show you what I mean about being careful about advancing on this hill. So, when you're advancing this hill straight on, as you come up, you can see how I'm shooting the ground. And I'm not really shooting any of his men. I shot 2 of his men with a big volley off of 2 of my lights. So that's the problem. You shoot the hill as you come up, and it's extremely great for defense because especially if you know the terrain, you can pull your guys down, take shots, push them back, and that's what happens when you play skilled players. And it can luckily Luke's getting some cross shots on him right here. And I'm going to continue to push up. I'll show you my line movements here. And you can see where my lights are and where he's pushing up. You can see his guys cresting the hill. And why I say as you push up, the skilled players will push back and hide behind the hill. So that way the closer you get, when you get too close, they're going to pop up from that over the crest of the hill, and they will shoot you up pretty good and then pull back. You know, a lot of times they'll wait for you to take shots, because if you have fire at will on, which you shouldn't do, you should take fire at will off as you go up. That way you're not wasting shots, and you wait for them to come over the crest of the hill, then you turn fire at will on and blast them. That's how it should be done. Now, over here on this side, Luke's got 2 line infantry and 2 goons holding up quite a few units. He's got He's got 7 units, one very depleted though, tied up with 4 of his, but I'm going to even it up by showing my goons over there, so that kind of evens the fight. Now you can see he's pulled over this hill. This is the ridge, the crest of the hill I'm talking about, and it kind of follows along this kind of path. And so that's why you have to crest this hill right here. Whoops, you can see my guys, not effective. You have to get all the way up here, and you're not still going to be able to shoot against all these guys over here. Seems like I'm talking a tremendous amount. I guess I do like to talk though. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up and I'm going to try and hit his guys that are crested on the hill, but he's going to pull back. So you can see what I'm talking about. Now, you can see where Luke's guys are. Again, same problem. There's a lot of little hills. So his men, not having the long range, this is the perfect map for him because you have a tremendous amount of space to hide. And you can see over here these guys are not hidden behind any ranges. It's a lot to keep up with, but you can do it. If you know the spots, you can do it because you can see there's a lot of protection for these guys right here. And as they come up, they can be in range of his long range and really be able to take. And that's what happens to change the balance over here. Luke's gonna fall back, and I think he could shoot over the heads of his lights if he wanted to, with them being even in standard formation, not in light formation. But he's going to pull his guys out, and you can see what I'm talking about. Now he's getting his guys shot down, and I'm going to pull my heavy cav out of there. Now you can see, like a bonehead, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start shooting the hills with one of my lights. And once you start shooting, you're not going to stop shooting until you make a movement. So I'm going to try and shift my lights over to where I can be more effective and start popping shots off on him on the side. And I have the protection of the hill because he's not pushing up, and he is depleted with these units. So that's the move I'm going to be making on that. You can see Luke dishing out some punishment. He really gets in some good licks on him at the first. He knows he's got a gap over here, so he's shifting his grenadiers and his lights over and his goons to really take a beating on this unit. You can see over here it's kind of a standstill. Luke's pushing up, and I'm going to push up as well over here in just a minute. Okay, now I'm going to be shifting further, and I'm going to be shifting my lines for, in case Luke falls back, I'll be here to support him, because really this is the point we need to assault. And realistically, I should be assaulting this top of this hill like this, because his units are depleted. I should be bringing my heavy cav with the support of his goons over, and we could have probably ripped through him a lot easier. But like I said, I was a little hesitant and cautious in this match, which I shouldn't have been. So really, this game is big props on Luke here. You can see he's taking a beating on him already. That camel gunner that was light is already down. Okay, now I'm shifting over on my lights, and I'm going to take some shots from this. I'm going to pull my guys up now to support my lights. I'm already starting to shoot at him over here. You can see, whoops, you can see I still probably don't have the best of angle on him. So I should be in the same formation Luke is in, but oh well. At least some of my guys are doing good here. So already got them down to 50. Okay, so now here come the elefantes. These elephants pretty much put their tusks right up the old backside on Luke. Whoa. Some good singing too. Interesting. So Luke's going to pull his goons out a little bit. But he is taking a beating on that. You can see he hasn't really dished out much over here to him. Though he is hitting his cav in the back too, so that's good. He's already starting to waver. Okay, so we got this guy pretty much gone. And I have shifted up, waiting for these guys to crest the hill, be able to put something on them. I'm going to shift my heavy cav over. Now I'm finally going to bring my goons over. I think I took a shot on one of their guys and pulled him out. I think I missed that. There goes one of the elephants. He's now pulling in the rest. Or not the rest, but a lot of them. You can see Luke's guys are starting to break. It is not looking good. And in this match, I think I was doubting us and our ability to win this match. And again, Luke has done some pretty good damage now over here, and he's routing these guys amazingly with just those 4 units. And like a good teammate, I'm coming in at the end to clean up, but that is how it is. Okay, so the elephants are gonna make a mess over here, and I'm gonna be shifting my line over to fill the gaps. I know he's about to rout. Okay, I'm going to be shifting my line in here to hit him. As I come up, this is going to be a distraction move, and I do take a little bit of beating on the way up, but I wanted to hit him so my guys have a chance to move up and then fire in on him without taking as much, because I know this is going to be a line fight. Luke is pulling his goons in to take shots at the elephants, and did a little bit of damage to that one. I'm kind of surprised he didn't do more. You can see Luke's units routing out off the field, so we have a gap in our center now that they've ripped. But we have pretty much torn a hole in their backside defenses, so Luke's wrapping around, and I'm going to be pulling around, and I click to run, but like idiots they're walking. So I'm waiting for Goon to take waiting for Luke's goons to take shots against them. You can see when I charged up that 4 square, and now I'm able to shoot up squares, and it'll be a minute before he pulls out, and I've got a 3-to-1 advantage on him. And he does have some more line back here, so that's going to benefit me because I'm going to rip that up before he gets in there. Now, we have a little cav fight. I'm going to push my cav in to assist, and I'm going to shift my lines back. Like I said, we have this big gap in the center. The only thing holding on is Luke's goons right here, and I've got a couple of line units holding on. Now, I should be pushing my line up to support our cav. I failed to do that. So, not good on my part. So, but the one thing that is good is all my lights are now taking nice shots on him on this as they move up the flank. So, here comes his cav around. I think they probably are feeling pretty good about themselves at this point, and rightly so, because they have busted us up. But in the back, they don't realize that we have the complete back on them, because Luke's now going to be coming up and I'm going to be coming back over, so we're going to be now putting them in a nice little ham sandwich, if you will. I've got all my lights, and I've got my line here, which is going to take a beating, and I got this line here, which is going to take a beating. You can see my goons taking a nice shot on his camel gunners. Luke's goons taking nice shots, and then my cav wrapping up over here on some of his line as our line and his goons move over. So his camel gunners are taking shots at my my lights, but he's not going to really hit as many because the hills are going to be blocking some of his shots. But unfortunately, he's got his elephants really pounding into me, but I'm able to shoot into my guys and his camels there. Okay, now pushing up further, me and Luke have all of our goons and our grenadiers and pretty much the kitchen sink coming at them. Okay, so we have now wrapped up all the line over here. As these guys are going to route, I'm going to shift over. We're going to go and continue to get these. Luke's remaining line, 28 of them, and 61, and his goons over here are finishing off the Sapias, or however, I don't know how the hell you say that, but anyway, and now he's going to be bringing his goons over to support. So like I said, we have a nice little hamburger, ham sandwich, however you want to call it, going on here in the middle with all of his units. He's got what, 5 right here, 4 right there, 1 right here, and we're just going to be able to shoot into this mess. Sorry guys, you're going to take a little beating on that, but we have and I'm going to pull my cav out now because we have the same thing going on here, so I'm not really going to need the cav, so we're going to be able to shoot up everything in here. So we've got pretty much their entire army sandwiched in, and yep, it's very compact and easy for us to shoot up. So you can see our new defensive line, and it's crucial for them to either break us here. They're spending too much time on these units. They should probably push through, not worry about that line, start trying to push into my goons to at least push them away. He's finally starting to do it here to move their goons out, but I'm going to be able to shoot them up with my lights here the whole way. And very hard fought match here. Really, I was doubting whether we'd be able to pull this off, because when they pushed through, man, it was a mess he made of our line. And you can see all my lines routing off the field, and there goes his Bavaria infantry. Now he's starting to get over here to tear into me here. He's got his guys in square because I was waiting for him to come out of square to be able to charge into him. Don't need to. I should be probably sending my cav over here, but me and Luke both realize we don't need to at this point. It's better to save him because we're probably going to need that cav for later, how we feel. And yeah, this is starting to come to a conclusion as that line is routing off the field. Now the nice little sandwiches gotten compact into here. This guy's trying to run off. Luke's shooting the hills like I was earlier. So you can see again why it's very easy to not shoot your opponent in this match. You have to really pay attention. Okay, so that's pretty much it. A good game there. Our opponents played a very hard fought match. Extremely skilled players, and I can't say enough about them. Really great guys too. And as always, fun to play with Luke. You can see the final results here. And again, it was a very good match. Definitely had a lot of fun. And anyways, thanks again. Please like and subscribe. There's going to be more coming. Thanks.